Hey, all, welcome to another edition of Sip It or Skip It. I'm not sure what we're calling it anymore. Either that or what the heck did you do that for? Maybe that's a good good name for the show. Sometimes we get so many things down here we just can't do one bottle at a time because we'll never keep up and we'll never catch up.
I think we have another video like this coming out next week with some more.
Is that right?
I think so. I have no idea what we got going on, but we have a lot of stuff in the backlog that we have yet to review and some stuff that we're not sure if... While we have you here at the beginning, let us know. Like we have something. We have this Still Austin Sour Mash. This is a 2024 release. Incredible. I already tried a little hint of it. Or no, yeah, we did.
Yep.
But because it's a distillery only release, the price is good, but it's distillery only. So unless you bought it and picked it up at the distillery in Austin, Texas, then there's really no way to get these, which is unfortunate. Yeah. So we usually don't review stuff like this, but if you would like to see reviews on things like this, please let us know.
Please let us know, because Trent and I had a discussion yesterday about that, and I have couple of things from Whiskey Acres from my trip over there that are kind of distillery only type things.
Yeah.
And, you know, my point of view was I didn't see the reason to review it just because the masses may or may not be able to get it.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm all for every opinion that we can get. So please let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's something that'll be
always with those glasses.
Yeah,
man.
It'll be all right. It'll be fine. If it's something that's helpful, we'll be glad to do it. All right, buddy. What I did is I lined these up as price points. I didn't even look at the proof yet. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So I've kind of got a low, medium, and high. And we really didn't even plan that out, but I got a low, medium, and high. I got a $40, $80, and I don't know what the heck you spent on that one over there inside. We'll get to that at the end. So basically, I thought we'd go that route and give everybody a little bit of different kind of options and price points.
You telling me this 2XO is the least expensive?
Correct. That 2XO is a part of their oak collection. Remember, their first one came out, Trenton, was the American oak, and we did not like it. Oak series. My apologies, not oak collection. Oak series from 2XO.
I was just going to ask what's up with 2XO and their oak, but I think 2XO is like 2 times oaked.
Yay! You got it.
Yeah, okay, so that makes a little bit of sense.
But
how much was this?
$40. Okay. Now, kudos. I will say that. We didn't like their first release, and some of you may have, and I hope you did. But we weren't that fond of their first release, the American oak. It was super oaky.
Yeah.
But I give them mad props for coming out with anything that's in that $40 range.
I like that.
I think that's fantastic that they're giving that effort to try to get a little bit of a, more of a price efficient product out there. Sure. This one is French oak. So this one is finished in highly charred French oak barrels.
I love French oak. I'll say that.
Might as well just go with this right now, Trey.
Yeah. What's the proof?
92 proof. I just went to look at it. I didn't even know.
Okay.
92 proof. That's a good starter for today anyways, for the video. Haven't anything to drink all day, so that's a good one to get started with, a 90 proof.
Holy moly. That smells really nice.
It's still pretty oaky for me. But along with that, I am getting some of that creme brulee type notes I get at times with French oak casks.
I got like a vanilla saltwater taffy. Like
vanilla.
It's a little bit.
Sure.
It's a little bit like a little bit of a sweet. It's almost a little bit like salty. I don't know why, but I do like that little creme brulee note, and it's a little bit oaky. Yeah,
it's a vanilla, and I'm going to take back my first comment because that was the first whiff, and as I'm continuing to smell the aromas, it's not quite as oaky as I thought it might be. I think that might have been a head game I was playing with myself from the last bottle that came out.
It also has a little bit of an upfront grain note, a little bit, but I'm not mad about it.
I'm loving the vanilla.
There. Yeah, it's very
nice. Loving the vanilla coming out of here. There's no doubt.
Love French oak stuff. I have a French oak Nulu, and it reminds me a lot of like Breyer's vanilla ice cream with the little black with the black specks in it, like the real vanilla.
Yeah,
it's so good. Any French oak that I've tried, I usually like quite a bit.
And the Maker's 46, the Maker's 46 cast strength. Forget about it.
Yeah, that's
great stuff.
All right. Dude, that's a solid pour. Dude, actually, I like that.
It's not super viscous.
No.
But I would not call it thin either. Moderate on the viscosity. But the flavors are on point. It's not deep, it's not rich. You don't have a whole lot of depth. But consider the price point. For $40, I think the palate is pretty special for $40.
I don't know that I would have ever Up to this point in my specific journey in my palate preferences, specifically with 2XO, I would have never recommended somebody buy one of those. I just wouldn't. The price points were usually a little bit of a non-beginner friendly if you were looking to kind of get into more of a craft product or like a different like 2 times oaked or whatever they ended up doing with all those other releases beforehand. But I would have never said, hey, this is a really solid $99 bottle or whatever. And I think they had like a sneaker head, or there was another low proof or low price release, right? Did we review something like that?
I don't remember that one.
Okay.
I remember the American Oak.
Yeah.
That's it.
I would 100% recommend this bottle.
I would too.
I think this is actually very nice.
If you're a fan of French oak, you know, those vanilla. I mean, it's got a nice, robust vanilla flavor in there with some moderate oak that balances it out. I think it's pretty nice.
For 92 proof, that has a lot going on in it. And once more for $40. I mean, this is a really solid beginner bottle, and this is something that I honestly that I would drink myself. I think this is very nice.
I would have it on an occasion as well.
Good find. Look at you.
Hey,
wow.
You know me. I roll the dice on those little bit lower priced options.
If I saw this in the store, I probably would have passed it up just because of my experience with 2XO. But for $40 also, I could see you taking a little bit more of a gamble on that.
And I told Harry that.
Yeah.
I said the first one didn't turn out too good for us. I said, but there's a lot of folks that really like 2XO. Besides what we think, I think that's great. A lot of people do like 2XO. They're interested in 2XO. Yeah. And so I thought it was worth the gamble at $40 to check it out.
Did he sell you on this one?
No, that was me.
Oh, wow.
That was all me.
I'm surprised. Harry is quite the salesman. Oh. We're talking about Harry at B Liquors in Hobart. Great store. Check it out.
You go in to buy 1 or 2 things that you know for sure that you're getting, and he's showing you 6 to 8 other different options.
Case in point, Kurt went today to pick up 2 things from Harry and came down with a box of 8 things.
Well, Harry is famous for finding fantastic deals, too. I mean, he had one he went to. He had some bourbon there that was, in my memory, I'm not going to remember. It was $20. Remember the Maker's Mark 101 I told you, too? Yeah. The Maker's Mark 101, he got some great deal on a bunch of cases of that. And that was like $22 or $23. And I bought 2. He always comes up with these crazy things.
I bought this like $150 rum from him that he had on sale for like $35.
I promise you.
And it was like rated a 4.8 across pretty much any site. I'm not too familiar with rum, so I always look at reviews on different sites and stuff. But I bought it. It's crazy. I bought it. I had no interest in it. And then he's like, oh, check this out. I got this good price. And I was like, okay. Freaking Harry.
All right. Barrel Bourbon. This is their new cask finish series ice wine. Did you look that up? Because neither one of us are big on the wine drinkers. I heard it was more of a desserty type wine. Is that accurate, Trent?
From my 5 seconds of Googling and relying on Google's Gemini AI summarization tool when you Google something, it said that it is leftover grapes that are on the vine that end up getting frozen because they're harvested so late in the season.
No way. No kidding.
I could be wrong.
No,
I blame Google if I'm wrong.
Well, it says ice wine. That kind of parallels. Kind of makes sense.
So it didn't say like a specific variety of grape. I don't know if I don't know. That's just what I quickly saw.
All right. It's age stated 5 years, but on the back here it's Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and Wyoming, a blend of all those whiskeys. Yep. All those years up to 15 years old, 5 to 15 years old. A lot of different varieties of Indiana whiskey in here. Of course, the 15-year-old is the Tennessee.
I wonder if Wyoming whiskey is contract distilling now or something. Because I don't know of any other one apart from Wyoming whiskey that is doing stuff. I could be wrong, but I'm a little bit out of touch with like the West kind of states. I don't know what they have going on.
As usual, I think Barrel does a pretty fantastic job in their blending. They're pretty much masterful in their blending.
There was only one I wasn't really caring for too much, and that was the most recent Dovetail, I think it was. Right? I think we tried that, and we were like, this isn't this isn't all that great. There's been a couple. For the most part, they're usually pretty solid, and there's been a couple I really haven't liked too much. This piqued my interest because I recall a couple years ago when the Angels Envy, the Ice Cider Cask came out. Yeah. And I think it might have been distillery only release or something, but it ended up going for quite a bit on the secondary market. We never ended up finding one. We didn't get my manager, Justin, actually sent me a sample of it, and I have yet to try it. I really should do that.
Well, you should bring it over. I'll try it.
Yeah. But this is the ice wine, not the ice cider, but that's kind of where my mind went when I was thinking
This is great. It's like a red raspberry.
kind of sour.
Kind of, yeah, possibly. A little sour notes to it, but like a red raspberry and a little bit of a syrup note in there for the sweetness for me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What's the proof?
Smells kind of sweet. I didn't check. I'm sorry.
106.52 proof. That's a
All right.
5 edition 1.
I'm all over
whatever that means. Ooh. That's a wild ride.
Very interesting.
I'm missing something.
I'm having a hard time with it. I'm going to take a little sip of water and try it again.
The viscosity is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm going to try it again.
I don't know about you, but that first sip seemed like it wasn't bad. It wasn't spectacular, but it seemed like it was an even keel sip. It's just like, here it is, and you're welcome.
This does have a very, dare I say, one-noter kind of a thing going on. It's a like a red fruity sweetness kind of the whole way through, which is nice.
Yes.
But my mind is trying to find like this other kind of avenue of flavor or depth of oak or something going on in it.
Yeah, correct. That's exactly what I was trying to portray when I was speaking a minute ago. It's just like it's a one-noter to me. Good, sweet, some form of red fruit. That's it. Not bad. I'm sure it's about $80, and I believe this bottle was given to us by Barrel. Is that not accurate?
Yes, it was.
So thank you so much. Barrel's
you.
Always good to us, and we can't be more thankful for that. This one in particular, I think, is sweet. It's not. It doesn't have any bad tasting notes that I can put out there for you. It's just. I think this one here was where a finish may override the bourbon just a little too much.
I think that's what's happening.
That's kind of for me. And there's a fine line there for a finished bourbon to where I really still want to get the goodness of the bourbon and the hints of flavors from the finish. This one here, I feel like I'm just getting all the sweetness of the red fruit finish of that ice wine.
If this had a little bit more oak in it, it would be really, really solid. Mm-hmm. But like you said, the finish of this is just kind of taking over. It's front and center. If you like those really front and center finishes that maybe kind of lean more towards the fact that you might not even be drinking a bourbon, this would be great. Yeah. It's really sweet up front. It's red. Mm-hmm. It's red fruity, but it's just like it's lacking a little bit of depth.
Yep,
I think.
Yep, I agree.
All right,
dude.
Now, the big kahuna.
I'm waiting here this whole video to ask you. I think a couple times you have been quoted to say Midwinter's Night Dram overpriced.
Very.
Not worth the money.
Very.
Well, why the heck we got the new one on the bar top?
Because I want to see
why.
I want to see if it's still the case.
Oh my God.
Because this was MSRP was $160, or MSRP is anywhere from $150 to $160, and this is Act 12, scene at 8.
I picked it up today from Harry.
This isn't even 100 proof.
He said you wanted it.
I did,
and it's $160. That's what we paid. So it's 49.3 alcohol by volume. So it's not 100 proof.
Are they always that low?
I don't know. 98.6, Act 12, Scene 8. Blender straight rye whiskeys finished in port barrels.
This is a fantastic example of a product that severely, for me, just absolutely fell off. It used to be so good, and I'll just say that, and it's like weird. Why did you buy it if it fell off? I want to see, because from what I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong for you folks that know a lot more about Midwinter Night's Dram or High West products than I do, but I heard that they have completely or almost ran out of their older MGP stock that they were using in Midwinter Night's Dram when it was like Act 6 and 7 and 8, back when you could get these for like $80 or $90. I remember that, like 5 years ago.
Absolutely, and we were all looking for him. Remember our friend Justin? He wanted one. We were actually to find him one back in that day when it was $80 or so. And
And I was one of those people that would camp out at the store and wait until the Midwinter Night's Dram came out because it was really solid. I looked forward to it. It was fantastic. And then they started producing more. The quality started getting less, and the price kept creeping up. So now it's something where when Harry's like, hey, do you want this? I'm like, yeah, sure. I want to review it to see if they're starting to increase the quality of what's in it. But
All right.
I don't know. I don't recall these being below 100 proof, but maybe I'm off my rocker. I have like 5 of these at home. I just don't drink them too often.
No, you don't?
I do not.
No, I was just seeing if there's any more information on the back, but not really. All right.
The nose is kind of nice.
I have to admit, I do appreciate, port finishes.
Yeah.
You know that.
I do.
I really do. I like them a lot, so you got me there. But
I'm gonna toss out a hot take. I think ryes with finishes are 100 times better than bourbons with finishes.
I can go with that. I don't know about 100 times.
I
get where you're coming from, but I can agree with you. I do tend to like rye finishes a little more than a bourbon finish.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
A little bit more of like of a rye backbone.
I mean,
to kind of help.
I love the nose here. Absolutely love it. It's stewed cherries. This deep and dark and rich. It's Luxardo cherry.
This is a fantastic nose.
It is nice.
I'm like trying to inhale a lot through my nose, but not burn my nostrils with the ethanol. But
it's got some depth to it too. There's a beautiful darker brown sugar note in there too.
All right. Oh God, please! I hope this is good.
I do too.
Actually, this year is way better than last. I'll say that much. I don't know. Did we review it last year or did I pass on it last year? Whatever one I had last. I think it was Act 11.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It's good. I do like it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I do like the rye spice in there. I do like the bite that comes with it, even at the less than 100 proof.
Yeah.
I do like that. I like the aromas better than I like the palate. Better than I like
agree.
The taste.
I really wish that there would be a little bit more information about what is actually in this that might be helping or might be contributing to the actual price of this. Because when I taste this, I'm like, yeah, this is good. But I'd rather have a Sagamore port that's almost half the price, 100%. More available.
100%.
And there's a couple other port ryes that I think I have that I would rather have than this.
It's not bad. It's not great. On the palate, I'm getting more of like just a regular dark cherry you'd find in the grocery store. You pop a cherry, put it in your mouth, and eat it. And that's what I'm getting. I'm not really
stealing cherries from the grocery store.
We got to check them once in a while.
Shame.
See if they're good before you buy them.
Shame.
Everybody does that, don't they? And your mom yells at me for that, too.
No, I do that all the time. That and grapes.
I know.
Yeah.
She yells at me about that, but that's what I am definitely getting a cherry note out of it for sure. There's that fruit note, but there really isn't a whole lot of depth to it, to be honest. I do like the bite. It comes with the rye whiskey. That's really about all I can say about it. I don't like it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. How's that?
I'm there with you. Again, I mean, I'm curious about the proof point. I think the fact that it's a little bit lower of a proof, kind of the port overshines the rye that's in there.
A little bit. It's
similar to this, but this is a little bit more dynamic. I'll say that.
I agree.
2 times the price, but something about it that it's not going to leave a lasting impression. It's good. Happy to add it to my collection of 5 other ones, but I wouldn't say that this is anywhere near some of the best Midwinter Night's Dram stuff that I've tried. I also don't know if like the scene has anything to do with what's in it. I don't usually read that much into the stuff from High West. So if it is like scene 7 is a different batch than scene 8, please let me know in the comments.
Sure.
I'd be curious, but we have Act 12, scene 8, and it's good, but it's not amazing. Not worth the price.
I couldn't say it any better. So I won't add any more than that. That's exactly how I feel.
Even if this was half the price, so if this was $80, I would still get the Sagamore port.
I was just gonna say, still not as good as the Sagamore port.
Yeah,
no way.
Or like what's that one? Middle West ported pumpernickel.
Oh, yeah, no.
Those are also about $80. Yeah. I would rather have that.
Oh, without question. All right, buddy. To wrap it up here, I was pretty excited about the 2XO. That's the very first product from 2XO that came out for me, and that's for me. That's just. It may not be everybody's opinion, and hey, guess what? That's okay. But for $40, I was pretty excited about that bottle for $40. Honestly,
this is my favorite on the bar top tonight.
All right.
It is. It might be part of like the shock factor of other 2XO products that I've tried that just didn't quite cut the mustard, but this one is really good.
Yeah, I don't blame you there at all. I really don't. I was pretty excited. I think this is a fantastic buy for the money. And I'm sorry, barrel bourbon, but I think there's other releases that are better than this one.
Yep.
It's very sweet. It's very nice. One note, it kind of the finish kind of overrides the bourbon, and the same here with the rye whiskey on this one here. So
I'd rather have the barrel than
this. Both are pretty good, both pretty sweet, but yeah, it's all right.
What is your lineup?
That's a tough question because if I'm going to be truthful about it, I would pick this as my favorite. Now, wait a minute. Palate only. Palate only. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're wanting me to include price into my thought process, it would be 1, 2, 3.
That is also my lineup. All things considered, price, palate, whatever. I usually tend to combine them and not look at individual factors. More of a rounded score for me. But I would not buy another one of these if I saw it. This is absolutely fantastic, and I think if you were looking for something that's a low proof, really solid budget pour, something a little bit different, something interesting, I think that's a great buy.
Yeah. All right, that's all we got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on Friday. Special video on Friday, Trenton. We've been in business here for 5 years. It's hard to believe.
It's very hard to believe. Very hard to believe.
It is. I can hardly believe. I honestly, I can't believe that.
I've never done. I haven't done one solid thing for 5 years ever. Apart from dating my now wife, but I mean that is the most that I've ever done something.
Yeah, we just horse around as usual. The video Friday. I hope you like it. It's a blind. We're doing a little bit of horsing around, a little bit of celebration.
We are. We always horse around what we're talking about.
Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, guys. As always, ask please drink responsibly.
I nodded already. Dang it!
Boy, you just gotta follow the lead on that.
I know. I'm
sorry.
You
have to. Come on now. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time, right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar.
You nodded early too. Cut.